Kansas City. Show me state. Yeah, I'm gonna go buy me some property out here. I'm looking for something tomorrow. Oh man, that's why I do it. That's why I do it. People think I just be talking on here talking shit, shit, the game I got changed my life. I'm just giving it out to those who wasn't lucky enough to get it. You got my blueprint. People really don't understand how powerful that blueprint is. If you just take it at face value, you'll be like, okay, this is some good information. But that information is what multiple mentors I've had, multiple mentorships I've paid for, $30,000 for a weekend, $100,000 for a year of mentorship with 100 millionaires and things of that nature, to just show you that they all have overlapping habits. Now you can do it how you want to do it, but it's really just the basics of structuring your day, structuring your life, a certain type of mindset that they have. And I used to have that only for my high level mentorship, but I made it real cheap. $40 you can get it, and you can really see with some real high level individuals the overlapping habits, the mindset, and things of that nature. Something I wish I had when I was 17, 18. I've been trying to get rich since I was a child. And reading a bunch of books, going online. To me, that's probably like the most comprehensive, basic blueprint that you could have. That if you followed it, if you followed that blueprint for a year straight, which most of you will never do, there's no way that you wouldn't be successful, super successful. You come outside. You know the blueprint that I have. Great information, isn't it?
It is.
If you followed that blueprint for a year straight, there's no way that you wouldn't become rich.
Right.
Don't you
Change your
think?
life.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody should have that
Yes.
blueprint.
I should be
It's
charging
literally
it.
all your books, everything you learn, like combined into one.
I save these lives, but I put them just for the people that's in my weekly game calls and in my group. And I got about, I think maybe 13 outfits left. It's a lot to do the merch thing, and I got a lot of things going on. So if you want one, grab it, because I don't know when I'm gonna ever make more. DM me on Instagram, so it's really exclusive. Only a few people got them. GoldieRatio.com. You can get the blueprint there. If you DM me on Instagram, I'll send you a link. But you could just go to GoldieRatio.com. So you bring a Balmain back. Oh, ain't too many people wearing it. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna fuck around it. Balmain the rest of the year. Any advice for campaigning in a small town? Don't. You want to catch big fish? You got to go to better waters. You in a small town, it's a couple gems you might find in there, but why not go where it's big fish all around that you can catch? You don't find ducks and teach them to fly, you find eagles and teach them to fly in formation, right? It's easier to find ducks, that's why we do it. It's harder to find eagles and teach them to fly, but that eagle's gonna take you way further. And in the long run, you're gonna waste more time with them ducks than you will with them eagles. Think bigger. That's a principle from one of my mentors. You gotta set goals and expectations that you don't even think are possible. So the bitch you feel like, oh, she above my league, that's the level you need to raise yourself to and start catching. Because it's just a bunch of wasted time. You could buy a whole bunch of, you could, like people, they buy cars and flip cars. Okay, so in my city, right, in Sacramento, was a dude I met. He seen me out there one day when I was there with my family, and he was just asking, like, how do I get to where you at? He's working hard, he's doing his things. He doesn't understand, if he just changed cities and changed the level at which he playing at, it's gonna take the same amount of work. It's really just a mindset shift. So you wanna flip $5,000 cars, or you wanna flip $100,000 cars? It's really just a mindset thing. You're gonna work. He gonna be in Sacramento his whole life, inch up little by little. I had a mentor tell me, no, it's not about incremental steps. That's how most people do it. It's about quantum leaps. It's about doing a whole different thing on a whole different level. It's gonna take the same amount of time. It's really just the mindset. You think you can't do it. So wherever you at, you gonna catch women. Wherever you at, you gonna find friends. You gonna find business partners. So go where the biggest are, the best are. Like that will save you a decade of your life, because you're gonna end up getting there in 10 years, and you're gonna say, man, if I would have just did that now, I could have been there faster, right? Don't campaign in your city. Don't try to be the top dude in your city. Go to the city where everybody is so much further than you.
Like Miami.
Huh? Who?
Except like Miami.
Yeah. What advice do you have for staying consistent in the gym? I mean, it's like with anything. You just got to do it. There's no cheat code. There's no hack. You just got to become a person who understands that in life you have to do things over and over for a long period of time to get the results. So either you're going to do it and get the results, or you're not. How bad do you want it? But once you develop certain type of habits, you just got to do whatever you got to do, whatever motivation, whatever you got to do in the morning, whatever you got to do to really motivate yourself for the first few months. After what they say, like 90 days, and then now it's a habit. But you got to get over that hump of them first 90 days. Or just to look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm never going to have it. Ask yourself what type of person you are if you can't be consistent in the gym for 90 days. And really look at yourself in the mirror and say, I will never have what I want in life. Because that's the easiest thing you can do, because you can control that. Most of the things you want to do to be successful, it's so many other factors, other people, other things that are going to obstruct what you're trying to do. If you can't go to the gym for 90 days, just look yourself in the mirror and say, I'll never be successful in anything. If you can't go to the gym for 90 days, how you going to start a business? How are you going to do anything big in life if you can't develop the habits to go to the gym 90 days? So sometimes you just got to look yourself in the face and say, I'm going to be a loser the rest of my life. I can't even stay in the gym for 90 days. So who do you want to be? Put your back against the wall, too. That's a good one. Not for the gym, but other things. We'll run away from something painful before we run towards something we want. So put yourself in situations where it's like, I gotta make this work. I gotta do this. Shit, sometimes you gotta tell everybody, hey, it's a 90-day challenge. Hold me to it. I'm online. I'm telling everybody I know. I'm going to the gym for 90 days to make this change. It'll make you hold yourself to it. Most of the time, though, you need a coach. A coach ain't giving you the best plan. A coach is keeping you away from your worst plan. Because when you know you got to check in with this person, when you know you got this person who's looking at what you're doing every day, it'll make you stay where you at. It'll make you go to the gym. It'll make you go because you got a trainer in there, or because he's checking in with you once a week. Yep, move to Miami. Move to Miami, man. If I didn't have a son, I'd have moved. Like I told you, I moved to Vegas with nothing. I slept in my car. It was better than being where I was. I could have been comfortable. I didn't want to do it, though. I'd go to Miami and live in a motherfucking room somewhere. All I need to go there is to get dressed and take a shower and go to sleep. And I just be out and around everything. Your environment will elevate you faster than anything else. I got a book list. Go get it. It's $19. All the best books. I've read hundreds of books, and I've curated the best ones. And the list automatically updates. Dondrell Lee, appreciate it. See, that's what I like. People who appreciate it and put their bread down. I moved to Vegas, starting all over. I did the same thing. Slept in my car, got dressed at the gym. It was nothing to me because I wanted more. And I knew, I said, this is where it is. If I never did that, I wouldn't be who I am today. What do you say for those who are stuck in college and can't level up in terms of business, but it is hard to drop out because of family expectations? Well, just look at your family and ask, do you want to live how they live? Don't take advice from people you don't want to be like. They can't teach you to be any farther than they are. So do I say my affirmations every single day? When I'm on top of my shit, I do. And anytime I'm doing my affirmations every day, you know, it's the reticulator activator in your brain. They say it's billions of bits of information that comes through our brain, but we only process a certain amount. And you're gonna process what you're looking for. So affirmations on a scientific level just prime your brain to look for the things that you want, right? So it's priming your brain to think a certain way and see opportunities and see who you want to be. I mean, I had high level mentors talk about affirmations. So what I look like not doing what they say do if I'm trying to be where they are. You still have the same car today? What car? What advice would I give an 18-year-old? Work on yourself, habits, discipline, consistency, mindset. Get your whole everything right. Cut the vices, work out, read a little bit daily, get in the right environments. Make sure you get uncomfortable every day. If you're not living with anxiety, you're too comfortable, you're not growing. Don't be cheap. That's what I say too. I spend so much money on mentorships, on relationships and things of that nature. And that's why I am where I am. Did things that most people say don't do. Oh, why would you pay for this? Oh, why would you pay that person? Oh, why would you do that? All right, well, don't do it. I did it and look where I am. And I ain't nowhere yet, but I'm going further. But those things in those relationships, listen, if you have nothing going on, why the fuck would I want to hang out with you? You got nothing to the table. You know, the only way that you can even get around me to maybe I like you is put some money down. Like, and people on here, you're cheap. If you're cheap, you're always gonna lose. You wanna ask me for, I just told you I got a book list, right? You said, oh, well, what's one book I can start right now? See, wrong type of mindset. You should be trying to hurry up and go run and buy that book list. I said it's $20 fucking. Just go get it. You're cheap, so, but that's your mindset. You want something for free when you can go get the whole thing for $20, right? And you have that mindset in probably everything in your life, that you're trying to get the most for the least. You're trying to steal a little bit here. When I did that, I never got ahead. When I was trying to get free game, when I finally got the real game, when I paid for it, my life changed. And I spent years trying to get free game here and try to figure it out here and try to guesstimate what it was. It's a mindset thing. You should try to spend all of your money on information. Now, if you get my book list, I'll give you a recommendation of which one I would start with. How do I figure out my macros? You need to get you somebody who knows macros, because even if you figure it out, right, you're not going to stick with it. Even if you went online and got a calculator, you'll probably get it wrong, number one. But number two, you're not going to stick with it, because if it's not going the way you think it should go, because I'll have people on my program, I'll give them macros, and for whatever reason it ain't working, they got to come to me and I say it's not working, because it is. Because a lot of people in this coaching, I realize you think you're doing the work, but you're not. That's a lot of people. You think you're doing something you're not actually doing. You're cutting corners here and cutting corners there. Then you'll get discouraged and you'll stop. Only somebody that you come to who gives you macros that you're certain about, you're going to keep with it even when you don't see results, because you're certain. If you get them yourself, you're not going to be certain. So as soon as it's not going away or it's going a little slower than you think, you're going to stop. So just go. You ain't got to come to me. Go to somebody. The book list is on my site. Ready to go. Man, y'all better get some questions in here. I'm jumping off. Appreciate the game. Shit, throw a donation in here. I'm in Dubai. Yeah, we got a podcast coming. Dubai edition. I'll be with somebody else out here in my network. Sold a company for $300 million. He gonna talk, you know, and he gonna sit and I'm gonna ask him the questions that most of y'all don't even know to ask. You know, y'all talk about wealthy people don't wear chains, they don't wear designer, this, all that bullshit y'all be talking. He got $500,000 worth of big jewelry. He wear designer, go to fashion shows, and that's where he meets people on the next level. People don't really understand yet. Maybe certain things, but he meets other high-level individuals. That's what super wealthy people go to, fashion shows, to get exclusive pieces, you know? So I'm gonna have him talk about that to all you broke people in here always talking about, oh, wealthy people don't wear designer, this, that, and third. You're talking about famous people. Yeah, they don't need to wear things that show their wealth because people know from their face who they are. But it's always a status game, even at the highest levels. It just becomes different. Are you wealthy? Yes, I'm wealthy because I'm healthy, right? Health is wealth. As long as you're healthy, got your full mind, man, you wealthy to me. Do you believe in fake it till you make it? Of course. You got to act as if before. That's in the Bible, right? I don't feel like you can ever become something that you don't think you are already. Or you won't put yourself in the rooms, you won't take advantage of the opportunities because you don't think you deserve it, because you don't think you're that yet. You have to think you're that yet. You have to think you're bigger than you are. You have to think you're a king before you get crowned. You know, or why is people gonna treat you like that? If you steady walking around, oh, because I'm quote unquote broke, I'm quote unquote not where I want to be, so now you act in that manner. And if you act in that manner, you're never going to attract the relationships. People aren't going to treat you like that. I tell people all the time, I had women calling me daddy, calling me king when I had nothing, but I really believe they should think like that about me, and I feel like I manifested where I am now because I always saw myself like that. So if you waiting to get something to act in a way, to me that's fake. You can't feel good until you put a chain on or until you got some money in the bank. I don't feel like you're ever going to get it. And really, you'll get it and you still won't act like that. You got to act like it before that because you really are. You act like you somebody, people will treat you like you somebody. You act like the woman better act like you're a king, she's going to treat you like a king. But if you act like, well, I'm just a regular person and I don't have nothing, then people will treat you like that. So why get this free game? Ain't it better to leave this to the birds? Well, I'll say this, right? I give you hundreds of crumbs of game, but it takes thousands of crumbs of game just to make up one slice of cake of this game. You really think you're getting some, but you're not. But when you're so game deficient, you know, some crumbs, you starving, some crumbs feel like a meal. And I did that my whole life. I was getting a bunch of crumbs and thought I was doing something until I tapped in and got the whole thing, and I realized, oh, this is a big difference. The only time is now. The future doesn't exist. Act as if. I agree wholeheartedly. What car do you drive? Rolls Royce Wraith or Benz? How can I get women to chase me? Man, you got to become somebody worth chasing. It's not even about having, like, you got to make yourself. You got to look in the mirror and say, am I desirable? When you look around outside, when you see certain individuals, you be like, oh, that's a fly dude. Oh, He worked out. He got the fly outfit on, man. He walks with confidence. His speech is well. Just become what you admire. It ain't about her. It's about you become what you admire. When you look in the mirror and be like, damn, that's a fly dude right there. Damn, he speaks well. Damn, he looks well. Damn, he's worked out. When you look in the mirror and you're something that you admire, guarantee you other people going to admire it. Look, we got the water show going on right now. Yeah, you become what you like the most, and then you're gonna catch the woman that's gonna like you. I'm not out here. I don't need a million women to chase me. I just need to be me to the fullest and feel like I'm the flyest dude. And it's gonna be a woman who feels like that. It ain't gotta be 100 of them, but I'm always able to find one everywhere I go. No, these are not moistenites. Moissanite don't hit like this. Leveling up your rotation. There's some moves I can make with my rotation, but legally. I don't understand what you mean. Oh, I think I get what you mean. Elevate your game, man. Elevate your game. Game is not just, putting somebody out there. Game is, I could take a woman. Yeah, if you have no game, listen, the only thing you can do with a woman is the easiest thing that anybody can do, and that's put their body out there, right? Well, because you have no game. You can teach anybody to do that. But when you have game, you can see something in a woman, and you can see her likes, her dislikes, her gifts, what she likes to do, and you can put her in position for different things that transcend that lower level stuff. But you got to elevate your game. Really, you got to elevate your vision, because if that's all you're thinking about, that's all you're going to know. This is a big world out here, with so many things going on and so many people making so much more money than that little shit most people doing. So you just really got to elevate your mind to understand that's little shit right there, and you got to step out into the real game, the world arena, big game, politics, business. When you elevate your game on that level, then guess what? When you see a woman, you'll see that she has more work than just doing that, because you have the game to put her in position for different things. You got to have an alter ego. There's a lot of different individuals that I admire, different things about them, and I'll just take on their persona and roll it into mine. My first job, I worked at Save Mart. I was a bag boy when I was 16. I make $45K a year. What type of whip should I be driving? Shit, the most expensive one you can afford that everybody knows. Because then everybody's going to want to talk to you. If somebody drove next to you at a red light and was trying to get your attention, and they was in a bucket, busted, tailpipe got smoke coming out of it, window duct tape on their light, and they try to get your attention, you probably act like you don't see them, right? But if somebody drove up in a Bentley or a Rolls Royce and they try to get your attention, you're going to roll down the window and see what they're going to say. Why? Because you think they got something valuable to say. It's the difference. Me just having a certain type of car has so many people just want to talk to me, right? But y'all can do it your way and say, oh, that shit don't matter. Keep doing it how you're doing it. Should I quit my job and go all in like you did? Shit, I would. Worst case scenario, you just gotta go back and get a job. But if you already got a job, stack up a couple dollars, then jump out there. Or sometimes people work better when they ain't stack up no money and they gotta figure it out. They gonna go harder. You gotta know yourself. Mr. Chandler, appreciate that. What does it mean when you ask a girl what turns her on and she tells you, I'm not telling you? What does that mean? Well, that's your first mistake. I would have never asked a woman that. Because if I'm trying to ask a woman that, one, a woman is going to lie to you. And number two, even if a woman is not lying, she doesn't even really know. Right? So she's either gonna lie to you or she doesn't even really know. Because women always say they like stuff that they don't like. That's why they say, oh, they like this type of man, but they go for a different man, right? So I'm not even gonna ask her. You just pay attention. Pay attention. You know, and really shit, I don't give a fuck what turns you on. I better turn you on. And if I don't, then I'm with the wrong woman. I'm with the right woman and I picked right, I turn her on. Why? Because I picked right. I only picked a woman that was really liking me. So anything and everything I do turns her on. If you was broke and had no job, at what point your mom gave you at one point? I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, man, I worked at Save Mart, bag groceries. I worked at Skechers, putting shoes back on the shelf. Hated it to the core every day. Listen, I would say my affirmations. I would sit down in the aisles and I would look. I would have like my affirmations, and I would have like a collage of Rolls Royces, Lamborghinis, mansions, and I would just look at that shit all the time and just imagine that shit. Because I always did believe that, you know, what you think about, enough you gonna get. And, you know, people say it to me now. They like, man, you always used to talk like this. You always used to be obsessed with money. You always used to, yeah. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, a burning desire. You got to cultivate a burning desire. It's hard to work hard when you're working hard for some shit that don't matter. You procrastinate all day because the goal that you have is not really inspiring. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. So even if you did the work that you say that you need to do to get what you want, it's not even really exciting. So you'd rather not do it. That's why you procrastinate. But when you make your dreams humongous, when you make your dreams something where if I attain that, oh my God, it gives you butterflies in your stomach. You got to have that type of energy. It's called a burning desire. Most people don't have it. That's why you shouldn't smoke. That's why you shouldn't do things that take your motivation and your willpower down. You need to be in a position where you have such big dreams, you jump out of bed in the morning, because if you get it, that shit is just so inspiring to you. That's why I buy nice shit. I go to nice places. I stay in places with nice views because it's inspiring. When you're in an uninspiring environment, your thoughts become uninspiring. Then your actions become uninspiring. So do things that are out of your budget sometimes. You know, and a lot of things are free. You can go to that hotel, restaurant, hotel bar in the best city. You know, you can do that for free and get in that space and see how people are moving. It just gives you a different thing. You know, drive by those homes, go to those open houses, to those mansions, go sit in that car. It's called dream building. Should I leave the crib and pay $1,000 rent or stay home, keep stacking? I don't know your situation. It ain't where you live. Hey, it's what city are you in? What are you trying to do? I would go rent a fucking room. See, me, as nice as I live, right? I could go anywhere. Like, man, I used to sleep in my car. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all a story, right? People talk about women, this, that, and the third. Man, I can remember when I had a broad back in the day, we couldn't even afford to get a hotel at the beach, but we loved going to the beach. And me and my bro would go drive 2.5 hours to the beach, 3 hours, 4 hours to the beach, enjoy our day, sleep in a car together like it was nothing. And we wasn't tripping like, oh, no, and we would enjoy our life. Now, I'm not saying you don't want more, but what I'm saying is, I'm saying, like, when a woman likes you, she just want to be with you. You know, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing but pick who likes you, man. I was thinking about that shit the other day. Man, we would drive up to the beach and sleep in a motherfucking car. 2-door Mitsubishi, we'll sleep in the back like it's nothing. and go get shit off the mannequin, man. I mean, just trying to get some clothes and you ain't got too much money, man. You ain't gotta have a bunch of money to make your clothes look good, you know. Go shit, go online. Most of the time, shit, the mannequins they dress up be decent enough. No, I wouldn't dress how my mom wanted me to dress. Come on, man. What type of question is that? When I say butterflies, I mean that feeling in your stomach of inspiration. Yes, when I look at $100 million mansions, I get butterflies in my stomach. It's a feeling I can't explain. I got a book list, 1999. It's on my site, goldieratio.com. Visualization is important. Do you know that most athletes, Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? So there was a study done. They had 3 groups of people. One group had to shoot free throws for an hour or 2 every day. The other group had to visualize shooting free throws for an hour a day. And it was a third group. I can't remember right now. Just go Google it, though. But anyway, the group that just visualized making free throws, at the end of the study, when they actually had to make 3 free throws, made more free throws than the people who were just practicing. So visualization is important. Don't try to understand it. Some people like to study the root. Some people like to pick the fruit. Just understand that this is a real thing, and so you should do it. That's what visualization, that's what affirmations, that's what dream building does. All these high level people understand that, but they never talk about it. That's why you got to get my blueprint. Yeah, that's for sure. Rock bottom will change your life. And a lot of you are, here's rock bottom, you're like right here. So that's why I tell some people, hey, crash out. Just hurry up and crash out, because until you crash out, you're not going to get the motivation to do more. Some people just hover right above rock bottom the rest of their life because it's not enough motivation to do better. That's why a lot of people change their life when they finally hit rock bottom, when that terrible thing happened. You know, because they finally be like, all right, I'm ready to do anything. I want to make a change. And they get certain. They get focused. That's why when you go broke, all of a sudden you do everything you're supposed to do because you have to. What the best investment is in yourself. The money I've spent on personal development, on books, on courses, on mentors, on relationships has gave me a 1,000-fold return, because you always have yourself. Like I tell people all the time, man, you can invest $20,000. If you double your money, which you won't, you got $40,000. What are you gonna do with that? You invest $20,000 in mentorship, in certain networks and relationships. That's gonna do more for you than a $20,000 return. I'm not gonna tell y'all what my cologne is, and they're gonna be walking around smelling like me. Man, shit, I don't give a fuck who was here from the start. That shit don't mean nothing to me. Motherfucker act like they was doing you a favor because they was with you from the start. So the fuck what? You didn't have more than me, so we was on the same level. You was there because it was where we was at. There's a lot of people that was with me from the start. Don't fucking matter. If they not here now, it's because they wasn't doing the things they was supposed to do. Man, I'm not giving no bitch a trophy because you was fucking with me when I ain't have nothing. Bitch, you ain't have nothing either. Was you fucking with me when you had something and I didn't have something? Then we'll talk about it. But just because you was there when I was struggling, sitting next to me, Motherfuckers want a trophy. Oh, I was there when you ain't have nothing. And you ain't had nothing either. So what are we talking about right now? You want some points because we were struggling together? I'll give you points if I was struggling and you came and helped me out. But you don't get points just because we was both struggling because you was next to me. Dude or a man or a woman. That shit be crazy to me. Give a bitch a trophy because she sat next to you while you struggled and starved. Fuck do that mean? What are you doing now, though? And if you ain't here, it's because you wasn't doing what was right. And a lot of times, you're not going to be able to elevate with people that you were struggling with. Because it takes a whole lot to shift your mindset. And if they're not shifting their mindset at the same time as you, they're going to subconsciously or consciously try to hold you back because they understand that when you move forward, if they don't, that you're going to have opportunities that may make them obsolete to you. And most people's insecurity, instead of trying to rise with you and support you when you're rising, they're going to try to hold you back. So I'm going to cut them off quick as possible. The reason most of you aren't successful right now is because you're around your friends that you call your friends, and they're the reason you ain't successful. Because you're around your family who are going to give you a negative outlook on everything that you're talking about and everything that you want to do. And most of you would become more successful if you stop talking to everybody that you know. You're the average sum of the 5 people you hang around. If I couldn't meet you, I could only meet your girlfriend. If I couldn't meet you, I could only meet your closest 2-3 associates. What would I think about you? That's who you really are. So look at your friends and look at your woman and really ask yourself, this is a reflection of me. This is who I am. Do you like who that is? I used to say all the time, imagine a $200 million mansion, a 200-foot yacht, and you just sitting on it and it's yours. It's certain people that you can't even imagine they're next to you because their vibration don't match with it, and that's why you're never going to have it. Because that person next to you don't mesh with where you're trying to go. So the universe can't even put y'all there because of the person that you with. You know? Because the universe know you're going to help that person that don't deserve the help. And that's why you're never going to get it. You got to worry about yourself first. And the people who really with you, or the cheapest fake designer or cheapest name brand. That's why you're never gonna be successful, man. You can't hate and win. I've never met a winning hater. It don't happen. Because all you do is tell the universe they'll never allow you to have anything. Never. So when you say things like that, it doesn't bother me. It just lets me know you're a loser, and you're just speaking to the universe that you're always gonna be a loser. I don't have a favorite clothing brand. Whatever's popular, I'ma get, because it's for the, it's a tool. If people are talking about it and I have it on, now I have attention. Attention equals money. How did you maintain when you were without? Shit was an everyday grind. It's an everyday grind. How did you cope in the bad times? Affirmations, positive books, just staying focused on my goal, listening to stories about people who came from nothing, focusing on the positive. I never focused on the negative. It was always, I know I can get myself out of this situation. Man, people have done amazing things. There's people in worse situations than you could even imagine that have made it to heights that are unfathomable. So as long as you know it's possible, you just gotta realize, okay, it's what I'm doing. Write down all the things right now that you need to stop doing. Drinking, smoking, going out, whatever it is. Write down everything you know you need to stop doing. Then start writing down daily habits that you need to start doing. I say it all the time, it's a removal process first. If you really just stop doing all the wrong things. And a lot of times it's gonna be something as simple as I need to stop answering the phone for my friend because we get on the phone and talk about a bunch of bullshit. I need to stop watching sports because it's doing nothing for me. I need to start reading a couple pages of a good book a day. I need to start going to the gym. I need to start eating a little bit better. Brandon Jackson, appreciate it. I know you don't give no chances with disrespect. Should I forgive my lady disrespect? She keep apologizing and don't feel like that's enough because it's not.
Okay, can we just
Because it's not enough. Bitch, I don't give fuck your apology. What you gonna do for me though, right? Okay, you did what you did. Now I need the same amount of effort in your apology. Otherwise, it's not an apology. I can slap you in the face. Oh, my bad. I can say my bad 100 times. The apology, the energy in the apology don't match the disrespect. So, I mean, don't even tell me sorry because that shit don't mean nothing to me. And every time I've hit rock bottom, I got a blueprint. Go get my blueprint. You know? Structure your entire day in time blocks. Wake up, say your affirmations, get motivated, go to the gym, raise your vibration, then go into your work. Whatever you're trying to go, whatever you're trying to reach, time block your day. 2 hours of focused, concentrated work on whatever it is you need to be working on. And you got a job, all right, well, that's going to be a part of it. When you're done with that, what are you doing? What are you time blocking your day to do? Cut out all distractions, cut out all vices. How did you break through important life-changing decisions? I mean, shit, I just did it. I just did it. Like, you just got to do it. Whatever you scared to do is exactly what you need to do. You know, your level up is never within your budget. It never comes at the perfect time, and it's never easy. That's why it's a level up. And high-level individuals live in anxiety 24/7 because they are always pushing. They're always stretching themselves. You got to stretch yourself. Oh, well, shit, if I do this, I might go homeless. Do it. Oh, I could get this car, but shit, what if I can't afford it? Get it. So what? You got to leap. Or you could play within your realm. You can play within your comfort zone, and you see what that's been getting you, right? So when you feel that anxiety, most people, they have a negative connotation to it. But when you start to have a different mindset, you understand anxiety is growth. If you're too comfortable, you should be scared. What makes you uncomfortable? What puts anxiety in your stomach? You should live with anxiety 24/7. Most entrepreneurs do, because that's what it is. But eventually you'll start to understand, oh, this is what it's supposed to feel like, because it's growth. When you're working out, it's hard, right? Your muscles, it's a lot of tension on it. Well, same thing for your mentality when you're growing in life. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have anxiety. You're going to feel like, is this the right thing? Do it anyway. Don't get keep along. You niggas couldn't afford the cologne I buy anyway. Knock it off. How and who to talk to when you have business ideas? You should probably talk to nobody. Go online, man. It's a plethora of $100 million business advice online. Now you got to find the right stuff, but in this day and age, it is so much great information that you can find. Just go to the top people, look at reviews. You can get the information that you need, and you ain't got to talk to nobody about it. Get my book list. I got business books in there. Some that's all you need. You don't got to go to this business book, that business book. You read one of the business books on my list and actually do what it says. You'll change your life. Where'd you learn how to campaign correctly? Man, all the players that I knew growing up, my uncles, they taught me how to campaign. And campaigning is a real thing. But what is campaigning? It's just marketing. It's just marketing yourself. It's marketing yourself. But the number one thing in campaigning is you got to understand your campaign. And see, everybody's campaigning every day. That's why they don't do it effectively, because they act like they're not. They act like everything they're doing, and oh, I'm doing it because I want to do it. No, I'm doing all this to campaign. Think I buy this shit because I care? No, I buy it because guess what? This video might have a couple extra clicks because the thumbnail gonna be a dude without name. Whether you hate it, whether you love it, you gonna say something about it. You think I wanted to wrap my Rolls Royce gold? No. Whether you hate it, whether you love it, when people see it, they stop and they look. That's attention. So just understand everything you're doing is presenting to the world what you want them to see about you. When you walk into a room, when you walk outside, when you walk into the club, you have to be a person that people don't forget. If you can walk into a room and walk out that room and people didn't recognize you was there, you're doing something wrong. You should want, and a lot of people have a subconscious thing about it. They don't want the flashy car because they're uncomfortable with the attention. They don't want all the designer because they don't want the attention. They don't want the change because they don't want the attention. It's some subconscious that people have. You have to want attention. You have to want to be seen. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. He's doing a content thing now. He doesn't have to. Why is he doing it? Because he understands it's different. Dudes like Hermosi, 100 millionaires, they're doing content now. Why? Because they understand that something more valuable than money is attention. You know, a dude out here that I know, 300 millionaire, he's trying to do the content now. Why? Because he understands. We walk into a room, he got $300 million. People know me because of my videos. That's worth more. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to get the negative connotation that the world program puts on you to not want to be seen, to not want to do too much, to not want to shine. That's a program to keep you unsuccessful. Good. You ain't got no friends, good. Because most of the friends that you would probably attract would be low-level nobodies. So if you ain't got no friends, cool. You ain't got to have no friends. A lot of people will be better off with no friends because most of your friends, I bet you, hey, listen, if you ever got into drugs and alcohol, if you ever made poor decisions, most of the time it was because a friend introduced it to you, right? So you probably shouldn't have friends until you get the highest level friends. So just keep working on yourself. Yeah, it's a certain point where you should go out because how do you make connections? As long as you're going to the right places, yeah, you should go out, make connections if you're at that point. My most affordable program is $50 a month, and it's weekly game calls, question Q&A in my community, or in my other low tier mentorship is $1,500 a month, where you get blueprints, you get one-on-one calls, you get invited different calls. I got something special for the bi-weekly call today, even though it's gonna be probably like 4 a.m. here. I got something for y'all. Something great for y'all. Somebody said, very nice clothes. Balmain is at the top of the game. Balenciaga ain't got shit on them.
I told you that. Balmain is top.
The universe is moving in our favor. Pay attention, yo. And everybody should think like that. Everybody should wake up in the morning and feel like that about themselves. Nobody's gonna feel great about you if you don't feel great about yourself. That's why you see it's some dudes and they don't got a bunch of designer and a bunch of chains, but they move so confidently, people treat them like they got $1 million because people just feel like, well, he must be somebody because he acts like he's somebody. Well, that's why you got to get on my Game God weekly calls, get in my free game community. Because if you ain't got a circle, guess what? This becomes your circle. You get on, you ask questions. The energy that I'm moving with, it's like being around high level people. I'm at dinner with somebody, he's talking $50 million plays like it's nothing. It's just the think is so much bigger, and just being around it makes you think bigger, and you kind of getting that through these videos. Nah, I ain't watched that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. I was going to, but this shit took so long to get to it. All those first fights and everything. I don't be giving a shit about none of that. I'm not fighting. I ain't getting paid. No. Do women and family members attack and get mad for you for choosing to change your life? I don't know. People ask me about haters. People ask me. I'm so focused on where I'm going, I can't hear and think about nothing else. But of course, like, I don't even hear the haters. I don't hear the people talking down. I don't hear the people around me that want to say negative stuff. I don't hear it. I'm allergic to it. My mind tunes it out. I'm so focused on where I'm going and what I want. Everything else just falls deaf on my ears. Terrell Capers. Let me see if it came through. I don't see it right now. Yeah, you got a couple people off. Pimp C always said, clothes, jewelry, car, accessories are tools, just like a wrench and screwdriver for a mechanic.
Can you see the light show? Nice. Beautiful.
I gotta go on my Instagram, Young Goldie _. That's where I'm most active. Okay, Don Rail Lee, Real Spill, appreciate you, man. Hey, see, the universe gonna reward people who spend, right? Because you telling the universe, I got an abundance. Do I believe in numerology? Man, listen, I don't try to fill my brain with too much shit that don't, it's like, man, I'm gonna do the things that's gonna work. This is what I believe, and this is what, science will say to be fact. Whatever you believe is, it's called the placebo effect. Every single drug that you've ever seen on the market has to go through clinical trials. And in those clinical trials, they have placebos, because that's how they know if it works. They have the real pill in the trial. They have placebos, which is a sugar pill in these trials. And there's never been a study where the desired effect from the drug did not have the same effect from the placebo sugar pill in at least one case. That lets you know how powerful the mind is. So do I believe in numerology? If I believed in it, then it would be true, because your mind is that powerful. So what you believe in is true. So I don't want to believe in it, because if I believe in it, then my life is going to be determined by what the numbers say. So you're giving your power to that, in my mind. Well, is it true? Is it not true? If you think it's true, because your mind's going to make it true. That's how powerful we are. So I'm very careful of what I decide to believe in, because I give it the power to be true. Say, hey, P, I'm getting better from your content. Well, appreciate it. I like to hear that. Keeps me going. I never sold drugs. And if I did sell drugs, I would never say that online. What are you talking about? I would get the course, then get the coaching. Terrell Capers, appreciate it. Appreciate the game. Just cut all my friends. Moving to Miami next week. Where do you suggest I go to link up with like-minded people? Go to Brickell. Go to Brickell in front of the blue martini on a regular basis. Everybody's always over there, be moving around. But just be everywhere. Man, Miami is a place of money, a place of flash, a place of network. Everybody's there to network. Everybody's there to do more. So just be outside. People are gonna be very receptive to somebody who just moved out there, because so many people just moved out there. You did the right thing. You're gonna change your life. You're gonna look back. Sometimes I look back and I'm scared. Like, damn, had I not made this move, had I not made this purchase, damn, where would I be? So you're doing the right thing. You're gonna change your life. From the Thomas. I lived in the Thomas before it was anything in Sacramento. You could live in North Natomas and you could see all the way down to downtown. It was just like cows and stuff. Like near North Gate. With the Manors and the Heights right there. The biggest difference between the player mentors and the business mentors is, I'll say it like this, real game versus game. You get to the higher levels and you start realizing, oh, this is game too. It's just world game. And I couldn't have skipped that other game because it's pieces of that they don't have. But at the same time, it's just different. Both equally as valuable, because if I got the business game but I didn't get the street game, I wouldn't even want it. I wouldn't even want the business game, because I see a lot of these dudes with the business game and they still need the game that I got. So I mean, it's equally as important. I don't know, I would almost say the player game is almost more important, because you can live a great life understanding your value and living outside the social norm programming and having that game. You can live a great life. You have a bunch of money and know the business game, but you don't have that game, you can live a bad life, and some people I know do. So I don't know, it's just different. You need both. I wouldn't want one without the other. All game is psychological. I've been on for about an hour. Mr. Chandler coming through with it, man. Appreciate it. I was broke as hell, living off EBT cards as a black man. It took me months finding a job. Now I got a trucking job. I'm just saving money. Ain't no system stopping me. Stay focused. Yeah, man, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, have whatever you want. You got to have a positive mental attitude. And you got to have the belief. That's why it's important to read the books. Because every time you read those books, you get motivated. You believe it's possible. And you'll never have something you don't believe is possible, even if you're doing all the right things. I had a mentor tell me once, he said, if you're doing all the right actions, but you don't have the right mindset, it's not going to work. You can be doing all the wrong actions, but if your thinking is proper, it's going to work. And I tell people like this all the time. It's things that I've done that shouldn't have worked. It shouldn't have worked. Looking back, that shit should have never worked. But my mindset was so strong. My positivity was so strong. I assumed it was going to work, and because I assumed it was going to work, that's why it worked. Because the world isn't as it is, the world is as you are. You see what you expect. I expected it to work. I expected to sleep in my car and come up. I expected things to work. And that's the only reason it worked, because you color everything with what you see. So it don't matter what you're doing. You're going to attract and see what you think. You think it ain't gonna work, it's not gonna work. You think you're not dressed right and the bras ain't gonna like you, they not. If you think you a king and you walk like it, you're gonna find somebody who feels like that about you. That's why it's so important, your mindset. That's why everything you do in the morning is about mindset, elevating your mindset, elevating your vibrating, reading the books that put you in that state, reading the books of these people who were once not successful and then became successful, because then it makes you feel like it's possible for you. And once you feel like it's possible, you can have it. You'll never have something that you don't believe you can have. Somebody said you could see the green screen. Yeah. It looks so amazing. It probably do look like a green screen, don't it?
He said I was flipping hands like the average family. That was funny to me.
All right. Send in a couple questions and then I'm about to get off. This is Dubai. This is not Miami. How much for your chin? If you want a chin like this, you have to be kissed by God and be one of God's favorites. 10K investment, invest in yourself, invest in your network, invest in some high level coaching. It'll change your life. Oh man, the weather is lovely. It's probably like a good 75 degrees out here. Oh, I like this question right here. How do you suggest an introverted person can break out of his shell? Stop believing in these made-up terms. You think 100 years ago there was a term called introverted? That's made up. It's a made-up term to keep you in a box in prison because you believed in it. If you're around your mother, if you're around your brother, if you're around your sister, if you're around your best friend, are you introverted? No. So what does that mean? It's not a real thing. You're not comfortable around people because you don't go around people. And then you done put this term on yourself, introverted, so therefore now you're clinging to a certain thing. If you want to be more outgoing, then act outgoing. Repetition. Act like you're outgoing, you'll become outgoing. You do it enough times. Or keep calling yourself introverted. All these made up terms that they done made up in this society, and you'll just keep acting how you act. So just look yourself in the mirror and say, listen, I can be introverted, and I'll never live the life I want, to have the woman I want, have the friends I want, have the joy in life I want. Or I can realize that's made up, and at any time I can change my personality because our personalities are thin, right? And do the work, go outside, talk to people, get in Toastmasters, read books on communication, and you could become the greatest, most outgoing person if you want to. Tell us a story about a girl putting something in guys' drinks. Hey, I just want to let you know, girl, he really loves you. Appreciate it, bro. This is fake. And that's his great-great-great-grandma's hands. I think these kids on here. You and Johnny Cash need to doing a lot together. Yeah, I actually need to text him after this. I've been supposed to get up with him. We've been supposed to do so much stuff together. I need to hit him up. I just been on the move. How did you maintain when all your women left you? Man, I went back to the basics. Reading, affirmations, getting on my job, campaigning, going hard every day. And sure enough, I had women again. I've never went long without a woman. What is the number one cause of failure? Mysticism. The belief that something or someone has the power over you. Numerology said that today's a bad day for me. My horoscope said that I shouldn't do this. The president who's in power is the reason that the economy is bad. Oh, it's a recession. All of these things is putting power outside of yourself. And you know, people are gonna hate to say it, but even God, if we say God has the power and I have to pray to God to become blessed, well, now I'm taking the power outside of myself. If I believe I am a God, if I feel like I have the power, then I don't wait for something outside myself, right? When you believe the power is in you, then you have control of your life. And the number one cause of failure is to believing that it's outward things that are affecting you not being successful where you want to be. That's why I feel like it's like it's a trick of the world. If they could believe God is outside of you, then you're always gonna wait for something else until you move. Because God got to give it to me. I got to pray to God for this. If you felt like you were a God and I got the power in me, then you're gonna get up and move and get what you want. You're not gonna sit on your knees and pray for it. You're gonna get up and work for it. Podcast with Kevin, oh, it's coming out real soon. Real soon. Whole Dubai podcast gonna go crazy. I'm gonna bring somebody on that you would never be able to speak to in your life on a certain type of level. And it's really gonna open your eyes to what people on that level actually act like. I got the best psychology books in my book list. GoldieRatio.com, YoungGoldie_. Go get my book list. Go get my Millionaire Blueprint. Go get my Game God Mentality course. What you really need to do is get on my $50 a month weekly game calls. You're pretty much getting coaching with me for $50 a month, 4 times a month, with me and other people.
Why do they keep thinking my hands are fake?
These people are retarded.
It's not
These
fake.
people are fucking stupid. Don't worry about these people. Just let you know why people are weird. That's all it is.
It's a green screen.
Alright, I'm going to tell y'all again. Get my Game God Mentality program. Hours of exclusive game and exclusive interviews. My $50 a month Game God Mentality Game Academy. We get on once a week. Live video calls. And in that, like today, I got a call. Everybody in there is going to get some exclusive video that's not on YouTube, nowhere. You know, they get a bunch of videos like that. You know, and it's really like having cultural beat for the low. GoldieRatio.com, YoungGoldie_ on Instagram. Go check me out. If it won't let you join, then you didn't pay. GoldieRatio.com. Pay for it. You'll get a message sent to you, or you send a message. You get in my free game school, and then you'll get access. Or you can DM me if you pay. My VA goes through and gets everybody all the time. We actually, yeah, just go on there and do that. Just go on there and do that. All right, I'm gone. You got to pay for that. Somebody send me $100. Y'all gonna get to see her right now. How do I feel like 48 Laws of Power? I feel like it's a bunch of fucking gibberish. There's some good principles in there. But most of it's a bunch of bullshit gibberish that's gonna have you looking at the world in a certain way. It's good to know the book, because you know a lot of people read the book, so therefore you can have your defenses up when people move in that manner. But when you start to see the world in that way, what I just say, what you see, you're gonna get. Now you see people moving in that way that aren't moving in that way. Now you're using certain tactics that I wouldn't even say necessarily always work, right? You can say, one of them is use absence to increase your presence, right? I do agree with that to a certain point. But look at this day and age. Mark Zuckerberg, Grant Cardone, Hermosi, they're posting every single day. So, to that theory, if you want to use your absence to create presence, man, if you use absence to make people love your presence, you're going to be forgot about these days. Look at all the rappers who are rapping, doing songs every day, and they stop for a minute and try to come back. Nobody's talking to them. So you got to be really careful about anything. I mean, I've never read a book that I've agreed with everything on it. So you just got to use your own mind when you're taking in any information.